Got it.
All right, man. This is the first episode of Life After Death, the Bars of Death podcast. My first guest, you know him as the champion of the Bars of Death page. Introduce yourself. Introduce yourself.
Is my shine blinding you, nigga?
I can't.
My shine is blinding.
I can't see a thing.
All the way through.
I can almost see myself in it.
You know what I'm saying? I can see the reflection of niggas' fear in their motherfucking eyes. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. What's up, y'all? I'm Ulysses, man, champion of Bars of Death. You know what I'm saying? And it's an honor. You know what I'm saying? Honor and a privilege to be the first episode of the first podcast of Life After Death. Bando in this motherfucker, man. Amazing artist, amazing battler in his own right.
I appreciate you, bro. Watch out for me, Tipsy Russell, bro. I'm coming for him.
You feel me? You feel me, Tipsy? Do you hear that, dog? You hear that? You know
it's all love, bro. But I got something special for him. So we'll see.
Champion of Bars of Death, getting interviewed by Mr. Titans of the Tracks. You know what I'm saying?
That's how we do it up in here.
How we do it.
All right, bro. So I guess we've been waiting a little while to do this conflict of schedule, so it's not a huge deal, man. I'm just glad we're finally in the Zoom here.
Finally, man. Finally, it's been overdue. It's overdue. You know what I mean?
Well, Well, let's jump right into it, man. Let's tell people a little bit about good. Let's start it with we'll dive in. We'll go deeper than maybe some people that don't necessarily know personally things about you. We'll start there. So how long have you actually been writing and recording? Probably two separate time zones here, but we'll tackle them both.
All right. Man, I've been writing and recording for I don't know, man, about 15 years, like to say. A decade and a half.
We got a veteran.
You know what I'm saying? A veteran. Yeah, I've been in a number of tracks, a number of mixtapes and everything like that. Put this down, let's talk real to people right quick. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So 15 years, bro. That's right in the heyday when I got into it. I wasn't recording yet, but that's right when I started getting like heavy into hip hop.
Exactly. Yeah, I was hosting rap battles in Miami, man, since the days of 8 Mile. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you.
Battles. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah, bro. So how'd that go for you? How'd them early battles go for you?
The early battles were great, man. In high school in particular, you know what I'm saying? Like I was getting a lot of notoriety for that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then that was the thing. I had periods of time. You know what I'm saying? I had moments where I was in the game and then I backed out. You know what I'm saying? Personal things, life, and shit like that, and then got back into it. You know what I'm saying? So the early days, it was fun, man. It was fun. It was different. It was different than a lot of what goes down now. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot more camaraderie. You know what I'm saying? Now, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot more like people, you know, giving like like battlers and shit. You know what I'm saying? Giving props at the end of the battle, like nigga, that shit didn't happen.
Nah,
that didn't happen when we was coming up, man. Like motherfuckers, we had feuds. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
We had beefs. We had feuds that lasted. You know, like that lasted for like some words of decades. You know what I'm saying? Certain motherfuckers couldn't let things go. So you know, it was so crazy coming up at a time where like if you said the wrong thing, or if you were spitting some shit that people didn't think was authentic, you know, you could get fucked up for that. You know what I mean? Like, not as a euphemism, you could really get fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I've seen the videos.
You can really get tried for it. You can really get tried for that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, man.
Yeah, the environment was just a lot more cutthroat, a lot more ruthless. You know what I'm saying? And it was different, man, because it wasn't like the formats now and people knowing how much mentally it takes to go into this shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And especially now because of us being in these days of hip hop, where hip hop is like, it's multi-generational. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, you know what I mean? So it's so different. It's like different generations are coming up in this now. You know what I'm saying? The dudes that we looked up to are, you know, fathers and grandfathers. You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy.
We're fathers in our own right. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
it's so different. The eras that I'd seen come up in and the things that we was doing before. So rapping back then and winning battles and being in battles and stuff like that, it took a whole. It was just a lot more cutthroat because it just wasn't the same amount of opportunities that there were now. You know, now people get paid traveling. You know what I'm saying? Doing things like that, actually supplementing their income. You know, back then it was like one freestyle fucking tournament. You know what I'm saying? 60 motherfuckers entered, be like one prize of 500. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's 15 motherfuckers that are going home without $500. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. You know.
If you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy about that too? Not to cut you off, but the crazy part is, I was just listening to an interview, and I'm trying to think of who it was, but they were talking about not necessarily battles, but disses and stuff like that. How like disses nowadays, it's almost like both people go, and then it's like, all right, good. Like even if someone lost, like when M went against MGK, like people had their differences. I think like most people were like, all right, M killed him, but like it didn't kill MGK's career. But like if that happened like early 2000s, mid 90s, like MGK's career was legitimately over. Like no one was gonna buy his music anymore.
Yeah.
And exactly. I mean, it's everything's changed. Well, that's why I give credit to people like you have been doing it for so long, where it's like everything's different. People aren't out there handing out mixtapes like they used to at shows, praying to God somebody hears it. And even if they did, you probably weren't gonna know about it. You know what I mean? Unless it hit like the right ear. I remember those days. Like I came in a little bit later than you did, but I started about 10 years ago. And I found out quickly how fucking hard it was, man. So props to you. But I'm gonna let you keep going though.
Thank you. Yeah, man, like you hit the nail on the head. There was times like it was a lot more it wasn't as forgiving. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It wasn't as forgiving. If you came whack, or if that was your moment to shine and you fucked that up, you know what I'm saying? That's it. You was cut off. You spent the rest of your career trying to reclaim something. You know what I mean?
You feel you feel like you can go places in a battle that you couldn't necessarily go back then, like personal topics and stuff like that. You think like you said, people were like harsher back then about like what they were going to be receiving, as opposed to now, where like I've heard some of the most foul shit I've ever heard in battles nowadays, because I feel like dudes are not afraid to get slapped in the face on a stage, even though some dudes will do it still. It's very rare. But like, do you think it's a lot easier to write for a battle now, kind of knowing you don't have to necessarily hold back on anything?
In a way, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because you know certain things you can just get away with saying, you know what I mean? And things like that. Like and not just like you can because back then, if you got away with saying some shit, it's because that's how much of a pussy you looked at the other opponent. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how much you regarded that motherfucker as not being man enough to do anything about it. You know what I'm saying? True. Like, you know, now it's like it's we've become so desensitized, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To what people have said in battles, that now, you know, you could get away with damn near anything, and it's more or less expected because they're angles. You know what I'm saying? We kind of all go into this expecting a certain level of disrespect. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
So it wasn't like back then. It was like, bro, the amount of times that I heard from people when I was first battling, the amount of times that I heard from people, bro, that's why I could never do it. Even now, I still hear that shit. I could never do that, bro. I could never do that, bro. That disrespect, no, it's too much, bro. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers start saying, no, it's too much, because they already think of what they would do. You know what I mean?
I'm saying, bro, I've been there. The first battle I had on Bars of Death was fucking Juice, man. I was ready to fucking throw hands with the kid. I was like, what the fuck? I just wasn't used to it, man. Like even on Savage Sundays, we weren't battling. We were just rapping, bro. And I'm not one who ever went out to battles or tried to get into battles. So like the whole format was definitely different for me. Like I grew up listening to like fucking Iron Solomon and people like that, who I don't even really think, maybe I missed it, but I don't think he took a lot of crazy shots at people. He was just having insane wordplay.
Yeah, well, it's like, I know what you mean, like having insane wordplay, but it's like their angles or their angles of attack were not so much meant on the heavy disrespect. You know what I'm saying? If you see some of Solomon's other battles, you'll understand you'll understand his approach. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. And you'll understand that his approach is very direct. But at the same time, it's like you said, it wasn't going so much for the over the top disrespect, you know?
Yeah.
Which a lot of it is still like you said, like now I can go into battles being able to write for people, and there's not so much because I went into battles, bro, with that mindset of like, I'm ready to fight. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'm ready to take it there if we want to take it there. Now it's not that same feeling. It's more like, okay, we know how much effort goes into this. We kind of know how much we write and rehearse and practice and stuff like that, you know. So it's more about putting on a great show. So because of that, you know, you have to develop a really thick skin. You know what I'm saying? And not just from the aspect of back then it was like you needed to have a thick skin because you need to be able to survive. Now it's like you need to have a thick skin because we all know how much preparation and time goes into this and into these battles. So you fucking up a battle and losing your cool in this, it's like it's not cool at all. It's like it's looked at like a pro wrestler breaking character. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
You know how much effort and time goes into this. Now in the battle format is not the time to be like, you know, to be sensitive. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
You kind of make it. There's certain things that can be off limits, but at the end of the day, that comes back to the number one rule in rap and in hip hop and, you know, diss tracks and that kind of culture and battle culture in general, which is play at your own risk. You know what I'm saying? You can say that shit. You can say that shit. You know what I mean? You can say that shit. Well, can't guarantee, you know, your fucking safety. You can't guarantee what's gonna happen to you. You know what I'm saying? So if you say that shit, you better either have, you know, enough people with you, or you better have the physical, you know, capabilities to take it there if it has to go there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I get it. Like I said, there's battle is a pretty big scene around here, and there's this one kid Maroney who's just known around here as like the battle guy, and he's like, he barely lost any matches, but like he had one where he did a tag team, and this dude started talking about his kid and some foul shit, and I'm just watching him the whole time, like waiting for him, like, dude, this is like, you can't, like, the shit, it wasn't like normal shit, like a quick bar about your kid or something like that, how like OG Verbs flips like Ryu's name or something like that, you know what I mean? Like he was talking something that legitimately happened in real life on some foul shit, and I was like, bro, that cannot be allowed. But like, he took it like a man. I mean, I can't even say he took it like a man, because like I feel like at that point, someone's talking about that type of shit, I don't know how you don't swing, or at least after the show have a meeting, be like, bro, don't let me ever hear you saying that shit again. But then again, like you said, you kind of know what you're walking into, and if your business is aired out online, like I guess his probably was, or it's a closed community in Boston, like, or a small community of rappers, so like everybody knows each other's business, I guess that's kind of on you for letting that shit leak out there a little bit in a way. I don't know, man. I don't know.
It's more of a, we understand that we're public personas. You know what I'm saying? So if you're in public, you kind of have to accept the fact that certain things are going to be said to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have to learn to roll with the punches. You know what I'm saying? And if you show that it fucks with you like that, or really, you know, bothers you, then you have mentally lost the mind game. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's a mental chess. You know, so if you show that, then guess what? Motherfuckers are going to attack that all the time. They're going to meme it all the time. So, you know, at that point, if you're showing that it bothers you that bad, then you had best to either show the fuck out in your next battle and really address it all, or just leave the shit, bro, because you're gonna get memed. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get trolled. You're gonna get trolled for this shit. You're gonna look stupid as fuck. You know what I mean?
I hear you, bro. Well, all right. So when it comes to battling for you, like I know a lot of MCs, especially back when you're saying you came up like 15 years ago, battling was more of a means to an end when it came to like a music career. It was kind of just how you got your name out there. Was that the case for you, or did it start that way and then you just genuinely loved it? Or is it kind of a mix of both? Is it still a means to an end, or are you just enjoying what you're doing right now?
Being an MC, man, we came up in that school that like you couldn't be an MC if you couldn't master or at least attempt all the different styles that were out there. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And two, if you couldn't battle, if you couldn't show up and show out when it was put on you. You know what I'm saying? Look at the history of the MCs we came up listening to. Like, you know, I mean, especially before the 2000s era. You know what I'm saying? or 2000s, mid 2000s. Look at the MCs we came up with. Like, bro, them niggas earned that title. Them motherfuckers actually battled. Them motherfuckers actually came up in the same schools together and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The hip hop hierarchy is a lot more close knit than people realize. You know what I mean? How many people went to the schools together and stuff like that. So the game that I came up with was that was it wasn't just you gotta be able to battle if you can be a good MC, or you're using this skills to improve your skills as a writer. That was automatic. That was what it was instilled. That was law. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was law. You couldn't call yourself an MC if you couldn't battle. You know what I mean? At least in art, you couldn't call yourself an actual rapper if you couldn't freestyle. If you couldn't, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like, especially coming up in Miami, nah, man, like, you know, you had to freestyle. If you couldn't freestyle, you're not a real rapper. We just didn't regard it as that, you know?
It's a fair thing to say anyway, though, because legitimately I wasn't a very good rapper. I mean, I'll admit it. I was such a fucking bad rapper, bro. Until like 2 years ago when I started actually getting into, like, I took a big gap in between recording, and I learned how to freestyle, and I'm still working on the battleship, but we're getting into it. But you know what I mean? It took me a long time to master the craft, but exactly what you're saying, you have to master more than just, oh, that sounded good on a beat, because that's when you're gonna get those fucking clout chasers, you know what I mean? Like the fucking little Zans and little Yachty's of the world that aren't actually good at rap. And credit to Lil Yachty, I guess, because he claims he doesn't even like rap. And who's not gonna make $1 if someone's gonna buy your music, even if you don't like doing it? Fuck it, right? But I mean, that's the type of music that's big right now, which is a shame. But the good artists, the Joyner Lucases, the people that are still relatively new, that are actually good, you could tell they went through shit like that. They had to have, you know what I mean? You could tell when someone hasn't been tested, like you're talking about. Like they haven't at least tried to freestyle or get better at it. They haven't tried to battle, or they haven't at least took a swing at it. You know what I mean?
Exactly. That's one thing, man. Like a lot of them cats from these generations, you know, and I don't like to name names specifically unless I got a real fucking problem with you. You know what I'm saying? then we're gonna see what's up. But you know, say who it is, whatever rapper it is, whatever name. You can just tell the difference. You know what I'm saying? You know the motherfuckers that came up that actually know how to rap and actually got that skill, and you've seen motherfuckers that, you know, are all hype and, you know, social media likes and, you know, Instagram follows. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Cool. All of that is cool. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, bro, like, can you rap? Do you got bars? Can you know what I'm saying? Like, I maybe my take might be a little too black and white or a little too rigid and concrete for other motherfuckers. But, you know, again, I can't look at myself in the mirror and be like, I'm this and this and that, and yet I don't have the skills to back that up, or I don't have the accolades, or I haven't done the work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just how I was raised. That's just not in my family's, you know, DNA. That's just not how we are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In my family in particular, we are who we are. We are what we are. You know what I'm saying? And we're very big on, can I look myself in the mirror? And yeah, if I say that, can I stand by what I'm saying? Can I look myself in the mirror and be like, yeah, I agree with what that person's saying. I agree with who that person is. You know, I can't tell you I'm an MC and not be an MC. I can't. You know, I think I've proven that at this point. You know what I mean?
I agree.
I'm regardless of the format. I've put in my 10,000 hours. You know what I mean? And then some.
Oh, it comes through, bro. Trust me, it comes through in the music. I think you're aware of that right now. I saw you post the other day that I don't know if you knew that person or not. Whoever sent you that message saying that they saw your music or whatever, they downloaded the album. I mean, that's what you look for, man. When somebody else rather than like your friends, which I mean, it's kind of sad to say at this point, bro. Like, how many of us go online and share a song, and your own people don't even. I'm not. Bro. I mean, we don't have to even go there, but like, it's an issue with everybody. It's not even just us. You know what I mean? Like, not super famous artists. You know what I mean? Like, Lil Wayne could post a picture of like a fucking cricket, and it's gonna get 30 million hits just because Lil Wayne posted it. But sometimes, you know what I mean? Like, you post a song or anything, and it's like, oh, I got like 3 likes on that. What the fuck just happened? Did I not crack the algorithm?
crazy enough, because I had been thinking about that too the past couple of days. It always pops in my head every once in a while. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I try to, do what funny enough, Organic, King of the Dot, you know what I'm saying? He had posted up something very similar to this, posted up a whole status about this, you know what I mean? Talking about how people like April, shout out to April, much love, mama. People who you've barely known, like April saw me perform at a show. Shout out to Bristol. You saw me perform at Bristol's birthday bash, pig roast, you know what I'm saying? Out in the middle of the sticks in Canada, you know what I mean? Out in the middle of camping out, you feel me? But the whole vibe was fucking lit, you know what I'm saying? And April has seen me, and since then, April and Chantel, I believe, you know what I'm saying? They've been real big supporters in particular. But Organic hit the nail on the head, like I've gotten more love and support from people that don't know me at all, you know what I'm saying? That knew me from a performance, like people that have, what you would call by definition strangers, you know what I'm saying? People that just randomly seen me perform or seen me on one of these contests and just, support and just show love, you know what I'm saying? Absolutely. And there's people that are on my timeline that are like friends, you know what I'm saying? Friends, people I've recorded tracks with, you know what I'm saying? That I've done shows with, people that are like family and that I've let in to my Art of War events, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like without paying entry, you know what I'm saying? For years, giving people certain preferential status in my life, and those people not even sharing my shit at all. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I mean, that's why I think bars
don't turn around and then come back with that, oh, hey, what's up, bro? How's the rapping thing? Nigga, fuck you. Nigga, that's my answer now. How's the rapping thing? Bro, if they're to us, we're talking, that's the one question that, like, honestly, I don't show it on my face, boils my fucking blood, dog. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, how's the rapping thing? Like, bro, we're artists. All right. And this is to anybody that's watching this. Okay. If you understand, Bando's gonna agree with this 100% of the way. We're artists. This is our passion. Mm-hmm. This is not only our passion, this is how we communicate. You want to know what's on our mind? You want to know how we feeling? Listen to our fucking music. Listen to what we're saying. We're literally having conversations with you, song after song after song. So when you come to us with that, how's the rapping thing going? Like, nigga, fuck you. Because that means you have no interest in what I'm talking about, even remotely. You know what I'm saying? You have no interest in me as a person. So why the fuck are you even in my life? Why do I even waste this energy worrying about what's going on with you? If you can't even be bothered to listen to my words when I'm speaking, if you don't give a fuck, well, you don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? That's why I focus on the people that love. I focus on the people that support.
Yeah, man, that's how you got to.
Yep,
you have to, man.
You have to, and that's what Organic was talking about too. And it's just ironic because that's literally, I've kind of noticed a lot of people been on that same tip. At least people in our circumstances actually being active recording artists and actually competing and actually doing things with our craft. We all feel that. We all feel that. We get more love from the people that don't know us than the people that have known us damn near our whole lives.
I mean, that's kind of why I like at this point I kind of separate music from my personal life. You know what I mean? Like, to a certain extent, I'm good friends with like all you guys, you know what I mean? But like, to a certain extent, like the people that I kind of was like personal with before or outside of music, I just kind of keep them there. Cause like, I don't know, like I said, when I first came up, like my music was fucking awful. So I really can't blame them too much for not listening to it, but at least having like a genuine interest in it is a whole nother story. You know what I mean? But no, I 100% agree with you. Cause I mean, that's kind of what got me back into it.
That's how I felt too when my shit was garbage. But at the same time, I kept it in perspective. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I'm still learning. I'm still developing. I'm still doing this. Nigga, now my music's fire, nigga. Yes. Like, nigga, my shit gangbusters now, nigga. My shit fire. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So if you're not supporting my shit, when my shit is fucking fire, when my shit is dope as fuck, you know what I'm saying?
That's what I said.
We could have said that when niggas was whack. We could have said that when niggas was on the SoundClick days. And even on the SoundClick days, I was raw. Fuck y'all. You know what I'm saying? Even on the SoundClick days, we was raw, nigga. But now when niggas is actually like, earning bags and shit, and niggas is actually like fucking doing shows and like the music's actually fire and like I know my music is, and you ain't going, I ain't trying to hear none of that. Fuck that, bro. I'm focused on the people that love me. You know what I'm saying? That's why I felt what you were saying about separating your personal life and your music life. I feel that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But for me now, the tip I'm on is no, it's all my life. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And if you are not in support of this, then fuck you. You're not in my personal life. You know what I'm saying? You're not in my personal space. Nigga, my son supports my shit. You know what I'm saying? I love you, Papi. I love you, Ryu. My son supports my shit. You know what I'm saying?
Like, shout out all the sons out there, bro, and the girls, I guess, to your daughters, but my son's the same way, bro. I can't show him some of this shit. He's at that age now where I can't show him too much. He'll be talking about some crazy shit he can't hear.
Exactly.
But they support it,
man. My son supports me. My son see title belt. You know what I'm saying? My champion, you know, with the belt walking around. Like, fuck that, man. My son supports me. So if my son supports me, if my family is supporting me, you know what I'm saying? Or certain people close to me is supporting me, and there's, you know, fans and stuff like that. Okay, cool. If you can't do that, if you can't even find it in your ways, and especially, and I can say that shit considering how many motherfucking people's CDs I bought, how many motherfucking people's videos I've shared, and you know this, bro. Look on my fucking timeline. My timeline is either me, my son, or other people, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
Like, you know, so I know I give love, and I know my music's fire. So with that, I know I'm doing the right thing. And anybody else that isn't in that cipher, I can't waste the energy on them.
That's why, bro. That's why Bars of Death's the motherfucking squad, bro. Because everybody's in here supporting each other, bro. I'm telling you right now, I told you, I took like an 8-year break, came back Savage Sundays. That's what got me back. When people actually, those people started responding to my music. Like, holy shit, bro. I dropped one verse 1 week. Everyone was like, who the fuck is this kid? And I was like, all right, now I know I can do this. So I'm going to start doing it again. Started doing it. Won a couple of those Sundays. I think I won like 3, maybe 4. Not. I think it was like 3. Hopped over on Bars of Death. Took me a little bit to get going there, bro. But I've won like 3 different contests now within the last year. So it's all love, bro. Like, you know what I mean? You just, like you said, fuck it, I guess. Outside of it, if people are supporting you, that's what matters. And it doesn't matter who it is, man. I could give a shit less. I don't care who it is, as long as you're supportive. You know what I mean? That's the end goal right there. And I'm not looking. I mean, do I want people to hear my music? Would I love to make like a shit ton of money off my music and tour and get famous off it? I'd be a fucking idiot if I said no. Of course, yes, that is the ultimate goal. But realistically, I just want my music in people's ears because there is a message there. Do I just make vibe tracks sometimes and like bars, like crazy shit, like pretty much only for the artists or the other rappers? Yeah, I do a lot of that. But just like you do, most of our shit comes from pain inside or issues you're going through, or even just getting out the happiness because you don't know how the fuck to say it in real life, bro. You know how much therapy I've got out of music?
Yep.
And I think if you aren't
tired of feeling that way. Yeah, and literally just because you're tired of feeling that way. So you have to, it's like, fuck, bro, I have to write this out because I'm just tired of this sitting on my fucking chest. I'm tired of feeling these fucking emotions. I need to get this out. I need to put this somewhere tangible and physical. So now it's no longer in me. You know what I'm saying? It's now an external piece that I can read and I can memorize and I can rehearse and I can perform for people who are feeling what I'm saying, who are listening, actually listening, and it's actually doing something for them because they've gone through similar shit that I've gone through. That's who I'm doing it for, you know? Because I know the pain that I'm going through. I know the pain that I've gone through. You know what I'm saying? But there's people out there who are feeling what I'm feeling, who are experiencing what I'm experiencing, but they don't have the talent or the skill to be able to vocalize it and express it.
Absolutely. But that's why I give credit to the people who can't, though. You know what I mean? Like, I won't name anybody's names, but between a few of the pages that I've been on, there are absolutely artists out there that are just not there yet. They're just not there yet, skill-wise. But you know what? I'm not going to sit there and hate on them, and nobody else should, because I've been on pages where people are like, oh my God, bro, you're garbage. Like, what the fuck? Like, where's the constructive criticism in that? Like, he or she is at least trying to get their message across. If it doesn't sound how you need it to sound, okay, like, give them something that might help them. You know what I mean? Because we've all been there. We have all been there one way or another. I have not met one artist that has told me from day one they were just this good.
Yeah, exactly. Hell no. Hell no. We've all gone through that. We've all, had to earn our keep and learn and stuff and earn our stripes. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
So I never fault nobody for that, for what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? But many of us have not to a position now where it's like, yo, we put in this work. We are this good. We've shown it. And if you're not supporting now, then like, I can't waste the time wondering why you don't support me, feeling bad you don't support me. Fuck all that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm with
You're
you,
not
bro.
supporting. I'm gonna gravitate towards those that do. You know what I mean? Hold on one second. I'm gonna turn on the light, bro. I need
It's all
to
good,
roll
bro.
up.
Do you? All right, bro. So
We were talking about weed hoes.
let's we went on for a tangent there, but I like it. I love that conversation, bro. I like this type of shit. But let's go back. So clearly, I mean, I'm a fan of your music first and foremost.
Likewise, nigga, you're fire as fuck too. You and Bando. I mean, you and Wordle, most definitely. Shout out to Two of a Kind.
I appreciate you, bro. So I know, like, just like any other rapper, bro, you got tracks where you just bar the fuck out because we're artists at heart. I mean, we're rappers at heart, so that's just kind of where our mind goes sometimes. But like we said, sometimes your mind just goes to more personal shit because, like, whether it's just inspiration or you just literally need to get it off your chest, and it just so happens to turn out into a song, whatever it may be. But going back from that, like, who influenced you when you were coming up, even before maybe you started writing? Like, who did you draw like influences from? And it doesn't necessarily have to be like a rapper, just music in general. Was there anybody in particular or any group in particular that kind of influenced or shaped you into that? And then was there an artist who kind of got you into the mindset where you could like start going personal like that, or did you just figure that out as you went?
Yeah, definitely. A lot of my biggest influences in hip hop musically were the lyricists and the songwriters. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I really gravitated toward motherfuckers that, like, there was a certain BPM, certain speed. I didn't like slow ass rap. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah.
I liked rap at a certain speed. You know what I'm saying? You know, where lyricists where there was a lot of attention to flow and lyricism. You know what I mean? So a lot of my biggest influences were, like the Wu-Tang Clan, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Big Pun, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Two big influences that people wouldn't normally realize from me in particular. Two huge influences. House of Pain, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
House of Pain and Exhibit.
Dude, so, shout out Exhibit, bro. People sleep on him. He's a solid artist.
Yeah. Fuck the Pimp My Ride shit and all the TV. Like, fuck all that. If you never listen to At the Speed of Life or 40 Days and 40 Nights, then you really don't understand like my influences or where I came from with this. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because as a Miami nigga, you know what I'm saying, coming up in Miami, we were a melting pot of a lot of different cultures. You know what I'm saying? Because we're the East Coast, but we're the Southeast. You know what I'm saying? And there's a heavy, Latino presence. So we had a lot of influences from all the regions, from the East Coast, from the North, from the West. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So for me, it wasn't about region. It wasn't about, I only listen to these niggas or I only listen to that, I mean, when the East Coast, West Coast shit popped off, it was kind of, niggas was mad East Coast. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. Niggas was mad East Coast. We wasn't even bumping West Side Connection. And I love Ice Cube, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it was wild, you know what I'm saying? But in the South, in Florida, in Miami at that time, we really had influences from all of these cultures. So yeah, it didn't matter the region, East Coast, West Coast, if it was, Death Row or it was this or was that. I always gravitated toward the motherfuckers that knew how to rap, like the mechanics of it. You know what I'm saying? So, like when Do or Die came out and Twista and Bone Thugs came out, you know what I'm saying? I started instantly wanting to know how to rap fast. You know what I'm saying? Wanting to learn how to turn the speed up on that. You know what I'm saying? Gotcha. But the real influences as far as like learning how to write from pain or write storytelling like raps from that aspect, the biggest influences for me were Exhibit and Big Pun. Like, no question.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm surprised by the Exhibit one. I'm not like in a negative way. I think people, like I said, I think people sleep on him, especially because of the Pit My Ride shit. Almost like people sleep on Ice Cube because he did the fucking "Are We There Yet" shit. Like, can't deny what this dude did back in the day when he was like really an artist. Like, he changed the game.
Yeah, these are people that never listen to songs like "Carry the Weight." They never listen to songs like "Enemies and Friends." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They never really sat down and listened to the words in the foundation, so they don't understand that Exhibit as a lyricist was not only amazing and not only dropped true to life songs, he was also he before him, all songs that I knew in rap were 3 verses.
Okay. Yeah,
he was the first motherfucker. He was the first motherfucker I ever heard that had 2 verse songs. That was a massive influence to my writing style. He was the first person I ever heard that had 2 verses. That the song was so damn deep, you know what I mean, or so like powerful how he did it that it was done in like 2 verses. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
Carry the Weight was a huge influence. Recycled Assassins. I mean, bro, just what you see is what you get. So much of Exhibit's lyricism and storytelling was a huge influence to me. You know, I always loved the lyricists and just loved listening to fast flows and fast rapping motherfuckers. But, you know, Exhibit in particular, that was a real huge influence on my style and like in terms of being able to talk honestly, and just how impactful that could be when everything wasn't a fucking, you know, a glorified gangster rap image, but it was actually like, think about it, man. Exhibit came up after Pac died, after Pac was killed.
Yeah.
And he held it down for the West. Motherfucker really doesn't get enough credit for that. You know what I mean? But
it's true. It's true.
Yeah, he was one of my biggest influences, without a doubt. You know what I'm saying?
All right. I like that. Like I said, I wasn't expecting it, so that was refreshing because you know everybody's got the same. I don't know. There's a top 10. They're just unanimous, which I guess is for a reason. But no, I like that. All right. So
Eminem as well. I won't definitely leave out Eminem because Eminem's songwriting and his abilities at that time with the Slim Shady LP and the Marshall Mathers LP, like that. Like he showed a level of vulnerability motherfuckers really never talked about. You know what I'm saying?
He broke the game with those 2 albums, bro.
Yeah,
no one ever did that shit. No one ever did that shit. Whether people like him or not. Like I know people don't like him. Like I actually probably didn't realize when I was younger how split maybe not as much as people make it seem, but like a lot of people are split on Eminem. Like a lot of people respect him but can't listen to him, which I understand. He's got a certain way of how he raps, and especially back then, like he had a certain sound that I guess some people just couldn't vibe with constantly. Like you couldn't just bump it all the time. But those 2 projects in particular, man, like nobody was rapping about the shit he rapped about.
Yeah, and the thing is like these people who look at it or talk about Eminem now in a negative light, they don't understand that they're looking at it from a fucking the lens of a millennial. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't understand. Like, oh my God, he just talks about gay people and raping women and all this other. And I'm like, bro, that's way to oversimplify it. You don't understand that this motherfucker was doing shock value shit at a time where motherfuckers were NSYNC and the Beast and the Backstreet Boys and Britney Spears and fucking like music was really cookie cutter pop ass, like Spice Girls ass, you know, Ron Ron Perlman or Lou Pearlman, you know what I'm saying? Like screwing over these girl bands. You know what I mean? Like it was really cookie cutter, fucked up pop ass, like everything's fake and bullshit on the surface. It was dudes like Eminem and DMX and Korn and Limp Bizkit that were really leading a counterculture. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, these motherfuckers oversimplify it now and talk about, oh, he was just talking about this and that, but like you don't understand. It was shock value. It was to do it for a reason. It was to fuck with the censors. It was it was to fuck with the FCC. It was to really like, you know, stop putting us in a cage and forcing us to rap or act a certain way to be accepted in your mainstream. Fuck your mainstream. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
So
and I think he brought he brought shock value in general though, because like as long as we're all discounting Vanilla Ice, which I think we all fucking will to a certain degree. I mean, respect, but not so much either. I mean, like, I can't imagine that some of the white artists would even exist at this point, or at least to the degree that they do, talent-wise, without him. You know what I mean? Because it wasn't that he just came up and he was a good white rapper. Like, he was exponentially better than most artists for a long time. And there's a reason why he's considered one of, if not the greatest rapper of all time. And that hurts a lot of people's feelings. But if you just look at it from a music perspective, there's a reason for it, because nobody was doing the shit he did.
Exactly. It was a much different time. And these motherfuckers, like, it's just funny hearing criticisms about him from people who weren't even fucking of age when you know what I mean? Like,
I know, man.
Bitch, you were fucking having sleepovers. Like, you were chasing Pokemon. Shut the fuck up. You wasn't out here. You know what I mean? At Vans Warped Tour, like, you know, fucking fighting in mosh pits with Nazis and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Gen Z, all this oppression and bullshit while fucking Eminem, you know what I'm saying? I just don't give a fuck. First started hitting the airwaves. Like, are you crazy? You don't even fucking know what it was to be in that time. So why the fuck are you having a commentary on it now? Shut up.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. They want to cancel him, but it's not possible. They've tried many times. It's just not doable.
Yeah, it's all good. But he was another influence, especially when it came to the brutal honesty in your songwriting. You could just visibly show, like, having a broken heart. You know what I'm saying? Like, just how bad a bitch could, like, do you and shit like that. Like, you know, like that. You know, so honestly, it was just the lyricism and the storytelling. Those were the motherfuckers that I gravitated towards. And Exhibit was a huge, huge influence on that in many ways.
All right, bro. So let's get back to well, I guess not get back to, but let's go into this. So we talked about how you were in Miami, obviously. So I'm assuming, more than assuming, Auto War 305 started down there. So give me the rundown of that. How'd that start? It is still going as far as I know. You're still helping or are running it up from Canada, but give me a little insight into that and what it is exactly and how it's
more or less I help oversee things, you know what I'm saying, facilitate what's needed to the best of my ability. You know what I'm saying? A lot of what's run on the day-to-day definitely is Don Marino. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the bro Don Marino. You know what I mean? Mr. Top 10 in URL. I don't know how many times he keep doing that. Y'all need to give that man his fucking plates, give him his just due. That man is beating everybody. You know what I'm saying? From A ward to pass. You know what I mean? Stop fucking playing with my dog. You know what I'm saying?
So is he the one that started it, or you guys both started that?
No, I founded Art of War.
Okay. So when was that? When was the inception of Art of War?
The inception of Art of War was around like 2000. Shit. Okay, I want to say 2011. Yeah, I definitely want to say 2011 because I had won a competition that was sponsored by Ludacris and Trojan Magnum. They were doing a whole like rap competition nationwide and shit like that. Okay. And it came down to the 5 winners, and we each got like a gold mic. We got a check for 5 racks. We got a whole bunch of like a whole treatment. We opened up for Busta Rhymes and fucking and T-Pain and Luda at the best of the best show. It was great. So it was me, PH, rest in peace, Pumpkinhead, Marv One, Dirtbag Dan, and Prince EA. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when that happened, I had taken a 5th of the winnings that I had gotten in total, and I started putting together and booking the matches for the first Art of War event.
Okay. And
then since then, you know, rest is history. Before that, it was Street Wars. You know what I'm saying? That my bro Rudy Barro, H2O, who now does Cypher Life Radio on Tuesdays and Thursdays on Twitch and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
He had that. Yeah. He had Street Wars before my league. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And I battled there, and a number of us battled there. For one reason or another, he stepped away from the scene. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then came to start because people wanted to battle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People in Miami still needed these opportunities. You know what I mean? And these were opportunities that I had gotten that I know were few and far in between. So then I developed the league to be able to facilitate those kind of opportunities for them. Now here we are, a decade plus later, and these guys are battling on the URL Crucible. You know what I mean? Don Marino's top 10 in URL. You know, a number of these guys are getting huge plays. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
So, and matter of fact, I don't know. We got to check our history books. You know what I'm saying? I'm almost 100% convinced that we were the first league to ever give a title belt. Not a title, the title belt. We literally had the Art of War, Test Your Might, the Mortal Kombat tournament from beginning to end, and crowned a winner. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. With Hindu Rock having the title, and that was in like what 2015? You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah.
So check the history, bro. But I'm almost 100%. I'm
somebody
almost 100%
check it.
Certain Art of War was the first league ever to give an actual title belt to its champion.
That's pretty fire.
Yeah,
I'm gonna take your word for it, bro. That's pretty dope.
Like I'm almost 100% convinced. I'm also almost 100% convinced we were the first league to do actual write-ups. You know what I mean? That we were the
for like
first
after the battles, you mean?
No, to do actual write-ups where we would write about this person and what their strengths are and this and that and who they're about to face. You know what I mean? And
that's
who's
dope.
going to win. I'm almost 100% convinced we were the first ones to actually do that. You know what I mean?
All right, bro.
Like
well, I mean, clearly you've done your work, especially down there. I mean, you were just named, right? Florida, what is it? Florida battle rap pioneer, my guy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's a big distinction. I gotta think that felt good, right?
Yeah, definitely. And you see, that's why. And you notice the Florida Battle Rap Pioneer Award was given to two people. It was given to me and to Direct. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So that should tell you something. You know what I mean?
Dude, honestly,
and the founder of Grind Time. So you know.
You've clearly put in the work. So you definitely, and I've seen your work, not necessarily back in the day when you were down there doing it or starting it, but I could tell you definitely earned that title.
Appreciate it.
So let's get into the project you just dropped, the Gauntlet.
Definitely.
So obviously I peeped it. I gotta say, man, I don't know if you were going for it or if you weren't, but it felt like you definitely changed. I'm trying to think, like you definitely attacked every beat completely different, particularly the two songs where I think was it East and West?
Yeah.
Like obviously clearly in that one, but like it felt like every song, like there was nothing. Sometimes you like when an artist has like a particular sound, you know what I mean? Like Jadakiss is super consistent. He's known for it. And like, it's very rare to see him switch up too much. Like when he does, it's dope, but like, you don't expect to hear an album drop and be like, wow, this is so outside the box. Granted, his last album kind of was a little different than what he usually does. But with you, it seemed like every track on this, you attack completely differently. Like obviously I said, like East and West, that one was obvious, but like the other ones, it seems like you had so much versatility and so much differentiating factors on every track. Like you didn't try to redo, like you had a good song and then you're like, all right, let's keep this up. Like, no, you just went like, all right, that's a dope track. Let's go to the next one. Like, was that on purpose? Like, will you try to change the vibe for every single song? Or did it just happen that way?
It honestly, it more or less happened that way because the way the Gauntlet started out was, okay, I've got, me, Rashid, Els, you know what I'm saying? We're starting to all link up, form like Voltron. We're starting to make things happen, bought some stupid equipment, buying in pieces, you know what I'm saying? So we're starting to make things happen, I'm starting to jump into the competitions. I'm winning some extra money. So, I'm investing in some equipment.
Yeah.
So the Gauntlet started out with me challenging myself. I was like, you know what? I want to put out content. I want people to know that I'm here, that I'm like legit back, you know what I'm saying? And really making music. So I'm challenging myself. I want to drop a track every week. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like I'm going to grab a beat. I like the beat. I'm going to, rap on it. I'm going to attack. you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
drop it, and we're going to record it, you know, put some artwork, drop it, you know what I'm saying? And do that every week. And that's what was happening. I was just challenging myself, really. It was about, you know, challenging myself, listening to the beat. How am I going to approach it? How am I going to write to it? Writing it, you know what I'm saying? Really like forcing myself to increase my work ethic. Give me 1 second, my bad. My tab.
Yeah, it's all good, bro.
Just, day in the life, bro, it never stops. You know what I mean? Got people hitting me up for this review, for that CD, for this. My bad. So it started with that. It's just a way to challenge myself and to, you know, to kick my own ass. You know what I'm saying? Force myself to be productive. Force myself to, you know, stop lazing about. You know what I'm saying? Write, record. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And also to let go of that. Because as artists, we got that fucked up thing where nothing's like good enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That where we, you know, 24 fucking different takes. Oh, I could have done this better. I could have done, you know what I mean? We rack our own brains. We torture ourselves. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
So,
that's all I do.
So this is exactly. So this is another way of me getting that bullshit off. Being like, no, fuck that. Grab this beat, rap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Rap. If you're gonna feel some type of way, oh, motherfucker should have rapped better. You know what I'm saying? Like I was being my own drill sergeant, boot camping my own ass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Pause. And I was starting to do that, getting some of the tracks out, and then I fucking got COVID. You know what I'm saying? And then COVID sidelined me for fucking several months. You know what I'm saying? Because all that shit. So then I got, you know, once I was healthy enough and getting right back to be able to record again, got right back into it and finished a couple more tracks. And I was just like, you know what? This all sounds dope. I'm putting it together. You know what I'm saying? Calling it the Gauntlet, you know? And now that's like my theme with it. You know what I'm saying? Every once in a while, I'm going to drop another Gauntlet. You know what I mean? Where I'm going to force myself to write and be productive. You know what I'm saying? Not just be, oh, okay, I'll write when the battle's coming up. I'll write when this. No. Be active. This is a passion of mine. I love what I do, you know? And after years of trying to put other people's happiness before my own, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to do what makes me happy. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. And what makes me happy is, you know, doing the best that I can for my son. You know what I'm saying? And putting on for my music and putting on for my people. You know what I'm saying? So I'm pursuing my passions 100%. The gauntlet for me is really a testament to that. You know, it's like, it's a new beginning. This is the first project I've dropped in a couple of years. You know what I'm saying? First time I've put a cohesive collection of thoughts together and said, you know, this is a project and this has a title. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it really, the gauntlet for me means not only a return, but also the fact that, you know, look at all the circumstances and look at how much I went through to get to this point. You know what I mean? I ran the gauntlet. I went through the gauntlet to get it, you know? That's how I've been feeling about everything, bro. From my music to Bars of Death and the title, you know what I'm saying? To battle rap, you know, that's been my mindset, is like, look at all the things I've gone through to get to this point. And I did not get this far to only get this far, you know?
Hell yeah, bro. That's the mentality to have. Now, let me ask you about the gauntlet though, or past the gauntlet. Cause I mean, I won't go into detail obviously, cause I'm assuming these have not been released, but I did hear some other music that was not on there. So are you currently working on something else? Like, were those things that I got a piece of, like, are those working towards the next project, or are those more or less singles that people can be expecting to come out?
Two of the things you heard, one of them is a single. Well, actually, no, they're both going to be singles, but one of them is going to be standalone. Like, that's going to be marketed. That's going to be marketed through Soulflow Entertainment and everything like that. Shout outs to Semp and Public Wizard, Immortal Techniques people. Shout outs to all my people out there. What's up? They're going to be pushing that, and then the other one is a single from my next project.
Gotcha.
Well, actually, not on my next project, because the next project that's dropping is the EP that I have with Kato Crates. That's going to be the next one that I'm working on. That's already done. I'm just going to be finalizing the artwork and finalizing the video shoots and getting everything ready to do all of that.
Kato's a busy man, bro. He's in works with you right now. I didn't know that. He's in the works with Wardo right now. I've been behind the scenes working on a little something. Shout out Kato Crates, man. Shout out Kato Crates.
I like that, man. Talent and work ethic, bro. That's the difference. That's what I gravitate towards. You know, people with talent and people with work ethic. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
I'm not at that age of all night benders and you know what I'm saying and you know okay, we'll get to the track when we get to it. Nah, bro, this is my passion, so I treat it like such. You know.
Absolutely, man. And shout out you, bro. No, I haven't announced it to anybody, but I guess this is a good place to do it right now, which is actually the engineer's working on it as we speak. But that track that you did a hook for, that's probably going to be one of the singles off the upcoming project. So I'll let you know. I'll let you know personally when it's actually coming out. But he hit me up today. He's mixing and mastering it today. So barring any setbacks with that, that should be out fairly soon.
Sick. I can't wait, man. Especially with what's going on in our lives. I would like to share that with some of my people too.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. I mean, leading into that, that song in particular, obviously, like I told you, is for my boy who passed away a couple of years ago. One of my best friends who actually got me into music back in high school. And I know you related to it because you've had some loss in your life somewhat recently. So I mean, when it comes to that though, like loss is prevalent in everybody's lives, but in particular, obviously, like I think I just happened to ask you at the moment where you were feeling the most. So, but in general though, like musically, like, do you think that music 1000% can help you get out of a funk when you're in it? Not necessarily like death or something like that, but just something along the lines of grieving. Like, do you go straight to music when something like that happens? Or do you have to let it breathe first?
It depends on the situation, man. It honestly depends on the circumstance. For the most part, 90% of the time I need to process things first. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like feel what I'm feeling, understand what I'm feeling, and then the words start to build upon it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. No,
It's like
absolutely.
at first, you know, the emotions are all there, and you don't really know how to process anything. You know what I'm saying? You need to process that first, and then once it starts to set in, then you can start to build the words upon it. You know what I mean? It's like life is an outline. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then music is the colors through which you color in everything in the lines. But you can't color in anything really if the lines aren't there, if the shapes aren't there. You get what I'm saying? So
Damn, bro.
if that makes sense. So
No, dude, for real. That made more sense than I think you realize it did. That's crazy. No, but I mean, like, I'm with you. I was just curious how you took it because I know, like, I mean, this track's 2 years in the making. It took me that long to kind of figure out how I felt about it, how I wanted to write about it, how it affected me. And then I got to the point where, like I said, I sent you that hook and you just happened to be feeling it. And then the verses filled themselves out. But it was definitely, I had written a whole like 3-minute song before that I used to think I posted some of it online at one point, but it just wasn't it. It was more or less just me venting. But then this is more just like me, I don't want to say closing the door because you never fully do that, I guess, but being able to accept it. You know what I mean?
yeah, it's like you're able to make something tangible of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So at least whenever I'm able to, you know, if I'm feeling a certain way or if I'm missing that person, I can go back to those songs or go back to those lyrics and it's like, okay, I can remember this and I know, you know, what I was feeling at that time. And it's nice to be able to say that what I was feeling at the time. That's
Yeah.
the difference. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, don't put it out in the song. It's like you're still feeling, you know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what, like, I might not, we might not necessarily, oh, go ahead.
You never stop feeling it, but at least you're not feeling it from the inside. You know, it's from the outside. You're able to visit upon and recollect on those feelings. You're not still being inundated and being tortured within. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I mean, like, that's kind of where the music comes into play on that too, because like, excuse me, like, in order to write those feelings out, it needs to be proper. Because I mean, how many songs do you listen to or do you have in your vault? Not even that you've written, just that you like in general, that someone else has made, that you can listen to, and there's just like a visceral reaction to it because you associate it with a certain thing that happened.
Exactly.
Or you know, like that song
Nothing.
I sent you, like I sent you that song before, and you told me like immediately, like, holy shit, bro, that shit hit home. Like it's just
Exactly.
sometimes that's what you want the music that comes out of grief to do for somebody else.
Exactly. Exactly. That's why it's like a number of times, you know, that's why a number of times, like I love hip hop. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? But I listen to a number of different artists. I listen to a bunch of different music. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like when I wake up in the morning, you know, getting ready for work and shit like that, my station is not on the rap station. You know what I'm saying? My
yeah.
station is like my station is on the grunge. You know what I'm saying? And shit
Mm-hmm.
like that. Why? Because it's different melodies, different emotions, different ways of capturing those emotions that you're able to hear in different genres of music. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I
So
think people will be shocked at the music that I listen to on a regular basis. Like I listen to plenty of hip hop, but like I think a lot of people will be shocked at the most of the time I'm not listening to hip hop.
because it's the way you express yourself. So the way you express yourself, you're already inundated with. You already listen to it intently. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You listen to it a lot more than most people would listen to on the average. So you need other influences to sort of help mold and better shape how you approach the form of music that you're actually involved
Absolutely. All right, man. Well, we've talked about a lot. I have so much more. We literally got through like 4 questions. I'm not gonna lie. We're gonna have to do a part 2 to this, but I do want to at least talk
in.
about.
After, yeah, we'll do a part 2 of this after the main events and after
Oh, for
the
sure. Oh, you know I'm gonna interview you there. But I at least want to talk about at least one more thing I want to talk about is you're going up against Teddy. When is that happening?
Oh, that already happened, man.
The Teddy one already happened?
Yeah, that already happened.
Why
It
have I
happened
not
like
seen it?
because it hasn't dropped yet.
All right, I'm gonna cut that part out then. All right, give me some info, bro. How the all right, I'm gonna cut that question out. Oh man. All right. All right. So you just battled Teddy a couple weeks
Yeah.
ago. Tell me how that went, bro. You don't have to tell me. I don't know if they picked winner, loser, whatever. But how did you feel walking out of that? I don't know if you've battled Teddy before, at least on the page, but how did you feel walking out of that? Just as a whole.
Yeah, they hadn't put that up yet. So like, you know, let the people decide when they watch the battle. How
Yeah.
I felt leaving the battle, I felt amazing. I felt
Yeah.
great. You know what I'm saying? I went in there and did what I set out to do. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Entertain the crowd, do what I love. Got reactions all 3 rounds. You know what I'm saying? I was
Mm-hmm.
in my fucking bag. You know what I'm saying? My performance was spot the fuck on. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I'm even thinking back, I don't think I had even remotely a hiccup or a slip. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Um, a lot of the people there said that was like my best performance yet at that league. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
So you know that I walk away with those takeaways. You know what I'm saying? Because you know Teddy's the bro. Man. You know what I'm saying? You know it's not like I have the animosity for him as far as being a competitor in the ring. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But he's the so like it stays in the ring. It leaves. I didn't give a fuck. It's not one of those like, yeah, I fucking killed him. I'm gonna fuck him. You know what I'm saying? It's not. I cared about giving the best possible battle I could give and making sure the people that made an investment on my, you know, returning to Ottawa that they were happy. You know that I was the return on the investment. You know what I'm saying? I just
Well,
want to make sure that people are happy with it and that you know. And Teddy did great too. Teddy had a phenomenal fucking 3 rounds too. It was great. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm. Well, that's what I was gonna say. I'm sure. I mean, you've been doing it for so long. I'm sure this isn't the first time you've gone against somebody who you consider a friend. But
Bro, my whole fucking career in CRB is friends, bro. Gravity, NBA, it's literally everybody I'm fucking cool with.
all right, man. So you're used to it. I was gonna say, is it a little bit different going against somebody who's a friend slash admin to a page that you're currently the champion of? But it's not
Fucking
new to you.
absolutely is different. It fucking absolutely is different.
Yeah.
Like, it fucking absolutely is different. Go watch how I battled MBS and then go watch how I battled Johnny Voss. It's different. It's different. If I don't like you, it's a whole different motherfucker you getting when I don't like
you. I could imagine, bro.
It's a whole different motherfucker. When I actually don't like you, it's a whole different motherfucker. Put it this way. Most motherfuckers haven't seen that. If you want to see a battle with someone that I genuinely didn't like, if you want to see what that looks like, go watch me and Johnny Boss. If you want to see what happens with someone that I genuinely have a beef with, that I genuinely had a problem with, that I was genuinely like, this battle could stop right now and we could fight right now, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like,
all right, damn.
Yeah.
I must have missed that one. I'm about to go look it up after this. So, because look,
every battle you've seen up to this point, except maybe, you know what, Dopemore and King of the Dot. Just yeah, Dopemore too. That was if you want to see two battles where you see me with someone I actually do not motherfucking like. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Go and see me and Dopemore and me and Johnny Boss. Because Dopemore, like that was funny. There was a little period where Miami and Quebec had a beef. That's the funniest shit ever, dog. It's the funniest shit. Montreal and Miami were beefing. It was the funniest shit ever.
I'm telling you right now, like, we don't beef, and I already don't want to battle you. I'm telling you right now. I joined this competition thinking, hopefully I'll get eliminated before Ulysses. Because if they put me up against Ulysses, I don't want it. I am very confident rapper, bro. You know me. I'm probably one of the more humble artists on the page, but trust me, bro. I will just ask you, if I win the competition, if I win the tournament, I'm just gonna ask if I can put my hand on the belt and then you can keep it. Let me take a quick pic with it at the show, and you can keep it.
I just want the photo op. Shot at the champ. Photo op is just all right.
Nah, man, but like I said, I have way more, bro. But we'll get back into it. I'm definitely gonna have a part 2. I mean, there's plenty to talk about with you, so you already know what it is. Like I said, May 28th, man. I'll be meeting you for the first time in person. I'm looking forward to it. Shout out B.O.D is the motherfucking squad.
You feel me outside with it all day.
You know what else is funny too, bro? Jason's gonna be pissed that I have a Patriots helmet behind me right now.
That having what?
That I got a Patriots helmet behind me right now. That's Shout out Buffalo Bills.
yeah, shout out to the Bills. I'm a Dolphin, so fuck y'all too. Miami Dolphins, fuck all y'all.
Look at that belt, man. We got a champion in the motherfucking building right now.
You know what I mean? Best believe it, man. Always a pleasure, man. That's why I was happy. I know we definitely got to do a part 2 because, like I told you, I was like, yo, we're cool. So I definitely, you know, when it's people that I'm cool with and people I got a rapport with, I definitely want to talk. You know what I mean? So,
dude, when it comes to music, I could go all day, especially with someone who's got a like mind like you. So we'll get a part 2. Probably end up getting a part 3 because I'm guessing we'll probably get through maybe 2 more of these in the next one. But seriously, man, thank you. I appreciate you making the time for it. First episode, so we had to have the champ on here.
Thank you, my brother. I really appreciate you taking the time with me, man. I'm glad we were able to make it happen. You know what I'm saying? And much success to you and everything you're doing. You and Wardle got fire ass music. You know what I'm saying? That 2 of a kind shit. Like, stop sleeping on the bros. You know what I'm saying? And definitely, man, definitely, I wish you all the success with this podcast. Let's keep it going, man. I can't wait to see what the next ones are.
Absolutely, man. Hey, before you go, this thing's probably gonna drop on Friday. So let the people know if you got anything else going on that you want to talk about, or you want them to look forward to. You got any battles, any songs coming up like that, besides the live, obviously, that we already talked about.
Yeah, definitely. Ulysses versus CJ Moody is going down on Sour Time Entertainment on Bankheads League online. That's going down this Friday. So check it out. I gotta still finish my motherfucking round. You know what I'm saying? I just fucking dropped the $500 joint with breaking records. You know what I'm saying?
I know, bro. You fucking killed it.
I damn near wasn't sure if they were gonna do anything this Friday because they hadn't dropped the flyer. And then sure enough, today it's like, hey, it was going like, all right, cool. All right, let me get this motherfucking round done now.
Yeah, well, you about to go back to back on the fucking breaking record shit, so.
You know what I mean? So, well, thank you. I appreciate it, man. I hope
that'd
be dope as fuck. You know what I'm saying? But honestly, that was really like, I did that, you know, I was like, bro, I'm the defending champ of that shit, but also it's like, yo, I'm trying to show y'all motherfuckers, man. I'm an artist, bro. Like, sign me, nigga. The fuck? I'm in these competitions, like, bro, I want a fucking distribution deal, dog. Like, I'm trying to get this popping.
Someone needs to hit out Brew, bro. I heard Brew got a label. Brew, where you at?
Bro, what's up? Nigga, you got your son dropping albums and shit. Fuck. You know what I mean? I gotta put acne on my face. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, bro. Like, hit him up, bro.
Tiny Rick. I got a Tiny Rick this bitch, bro. I gotta be in school again. Fuck it.
All right, my dude. Well, I'll be in touch with you, but seriously, again, appreciate you being the first guest on here. Like I said, we'll do this again, but thank you. Seriously.
God bless you, bro. Much respect. Bars of Death is the motherfucking squad. I'm Ulysses, you know what I'm saying? Blinging and all that shit, you know what I'm saying? Gauntlet is out now. All right, LMS305.bandcamp.com, LMS305.bandcamp.com, the Gauntlet. You can get it. I also got physicals, as you can see. So next live show, next local show, holla at me. All right, physicals. You know what I mean?
Yeah, say one of those for me, bro. I'm getting one.
Salute. Definitely. Most definitely will, bro.
Right,
Fucking Ulysses, Tipsy Russell, main event, Bars of Death, live event, you know what I'm saying? Niagara Falls, May 28th. Bando, live performance. Craziness, man. Craziness. Bars of Death, the motherfucking squad. We gonna all be in the biddy, dog. That's crazy.
Hey, do I get to battle you? Do I get to battle you at the show if I beat Tipsy this week?
Absolutely, bro. Come on.
All right, man. All right, Ulysses.
I'm freestyling, motherfucker.
You still beat me.
I'm freestyling, motherfucker.
All right, man. I will talk to you later, man. I appreciate you.
Definitely, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Bars of Death, the motherfucking squad, man. We out.